That was a great show that we just witnessed on day 3 of LFW by Urvashi Joneja and Sahil Aneja. A wonderful, wonderful show. Urvashi, your collection looked absolutely brilliant. In fact, Sarah is sporting one of your looks and she looks absolutely gorgeous. Could you let us know what was the inspiration about that? Because you're a designer that's very versatile in terms of textures and fabrics. So, love to hear from you about, what went into this when you were creating this collection.
Hi, everyone. So the collection we showcased was our Autumn-Winter 2017 collection called Concrete. And the inspiration actually came from building blocks and kind of the concrete we see everywhere, especially in a city like Bombay and Delhi. We just keep building. And it kind of took inspiration from a human ambition that kind of reflects into the buildings that we make, into staircases. So we took those graphics and actually took it all the way, kind of like distorted it, and in the end, what Sarah wore was the hugely distorted print, which looks nothing like what we started with, but it actually still shows the mayhem that we create, and we put our signature colors into it. So yeah, that's what the collection was about. We used a lot of interesting fabrics, a lot of interesting textures. Actually, we've used these amazing tapes that make this velvet texture.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It actually looks quite like an abstract art.
Yeah.
You look beautiful, Sarah. I just want to come to you. How was it like walking for Urvashi? We've seen you all the time at LFW, and every time I'm sure you have a different experience because the collections always are evolving. So what was your thought when you were walking the ramp, and how did you love this dress?
Well, wearing one of Urvashi's creations is always, if nothing else, just fun. It has a certain vibe to it. And I'm always fascinated to hear from her then what went through her mind to create it. And I think that there's this argument across the world right now as to whether fashion comes into the category of being art at all and whether it should be preserved, etc., etc. And I truly believe that when I get into one of Urvashi's creations, it is art. Because to me, I see so many things in it. It's kind of like standing in front of a painting and it says different things to different people. I remember one of her first, actually I'll talk about this one. Like to me, I said it looked like I was holding a plastic bottle in front of the skyline of Bombay on a bright summer morning. Because it literally looks all, what happens to a skyline at that point when you look through it in water. And knowing the thought process, the kind of effort, and then I put it on and it's light and comfortable. And it just makes me feel great. So that's what I think about it.
Are you looking at making this your own?
I may already be.
I see Urvashi nicely, just nodding, yes, she can have it. Yes. So I want to take the opportunity now over to Sahil.
This time actually it was very interesting. We haven't done any heavy embroideries, nothing too heavy on weight. But if you see some of the jackets that we've done, we've taken this really fine tape and made it and cut it and made it into these velvet sort of pops, these geometrical shapes, and kind of made the whole fabric like velvet. And the great thing about it is it's really lightweight. You can travel with that jacket anywhere. I guess what I really wanted to do this time is actually take our prints to another level and show various, like the one Sarah is wearing. It's got this whole new dimension to the text. It kind of looks like a texture while being flat and easy to wear and a print.
Can you also talk us about the cuts?
So I think that the way I design is that I see the prints, I take my solids, and kind of everything's layered. Except for the gowns, obviously, and I actually love the quintessential fit and flare silhouette. I think it's just very me. I love it. I love seeing it on people, and I think it's just so flattering to any body type. And I think it's a myth that people think that only a certain body type can wear. I think if it's fit well, it looks great on anybody.
I love the one I'm wearing. I also saw a beautiful, was it sort of like a teal with purple print on it? Another sort of princess cut. Yeah, this other sort of big dress. So yeah, that's just, I think maybe that one. Yeah. It absolutely does. And it mostly does because I was saying this earlier. I could totally wear this dress with white sneakers. And to me, anything that can be worn with sneakers is something I want to own. So, yeah.
Tara, if you could come to the front so we could take a couple of pictures.
I think it's hard to really be thinking of anything when you're walking the ramp, except I hope I don't trip. That's, I think, one of the biggest things that anyone's, and I indefinitely land up tripping at least once. But no, I don't think anything's really going through my mind when I'm on the ramp.
So, would you add this to your wardrobe?
Absolutely, yeah. I would add most of Urvashi's creations to my wardrobe.
So, give us a peekaboo into your, current wardrobe, current additions rather.
My current editions, well, I'm not a habitual shopper. So, like, the last thing I bought for my wardrobe was... Oh, yeah, okay. So I went to Thailand on a girly holiday, and I think I bought a couple of new bikinis, but that's about it.
सर अगर बात करें तो अगर फैशन की तो आपकी नज़र फैशन की डेफिनेशन क्या है?
मेरे क्या?
आपकी नज़र में फैशन की डेफिनेशन क्या है?
फैशन की डेफिनेशन सर हम तो कल तक यहीं पे रहेंगे फिर अगर मैंने फैशन की डेफिनेशन आपको बता दिया लेकिन फिलहाल फैशन टू मी इज I think somebody that's a walkie. I think fashion is just what makes you feel good. To me, this is my very own personal definition. Fashion as an industry means a completely different thing. Fashion as an art means a completely different thing. लेकिन मेरा जो खुद का definition है fashion का वो है जो I think what is individual to you, what makes you feel good, what you think is fashionable and comfortable. Yeah, for me, fashion comfort is they go hand in hand.
So, a lot of colors on this particular outfit.
Yeah.
Which color is your favorite?
Oh, so Urvashi is known for her colors, her colorful outfits, but I think that there's a particular shade of teal that I saw in this collection in one particular garment that I really love because I lean towards teals and aquas and things like that.
What do you have to say about Lakme Fashion Week? Day 3, how is it going? The energy here?
Oh gosh, I don't need an excuse to be at Fashion Week. I love coming. The energy it's always buzzing, and I always say this year after year that my most favorite place to be in Lakme Fashion Week is backstage. It's the most funnest, most energetic. The designers are sweating, the models are dancing. There's there's so much of L-net hairspray in the air that it'll probably be in everyone's blood. It's fun, and I love that, and that's what keeps me coming back every time.
The makeup is very minimal, so that's how you will like.
I decided to keep it that way on purpose because I didn't. The dress is so. It's like an explanation in itself. I didn't need anything else in terms of the hair and the makeup. So it was a deliberate effort to keep the makeup really minimal.
Okay, how do you take care of your hair?
How do I take care of my hair? One second, hang on. We'll do this very quickly. Let me answer this. I will leave, then you can. So how do I take care of my hair? I do chamomile tea in my hair, in my roots, to keep the scalp cool and calm. And then I use, I'm a big Kerastase girl, so I have all my products are Kerastase. And every once in a while, I might do like coconut oil, almond oil, olive oil, kind of like just a massage, but not on the roots. And your hair is actually mostly what you eat, so I make sure I eat well.